thought we'd start off with Kapalabhati breath, because we did that yesterday. The skull shining. It's one of the kriyas, one of the cleansing practices they do in yoga. It's really good to clean our nostrils, you know, our lungs. It's really good for strengthening our lungs and our abdomen and things. So if you've got high blood pressure, if you've got a hernia, if you're pregnant, if you're not feeling too good, don't want to do it at all. I know, no chance of that one. So so then you don't do it, you do something else. I'm going to sit in hero pose again, but you want to sit on a stool, a chair, or just cross-legged anywhere you want to. Oh, Claire's coming in as well. Good job I carried on nattering. And I've got a clock now. I've got my niece's showing a clock, so I've got that. So yeah, if you want to blow your nose first, hi Claire. If you want to blow your nose first, and then you're clear. You don't have to do it, Adam. You don't want to do it, it's fine. Right, so. Okay. So if you want to put yourself on mute, or if you want to chat, it's fine with me. I just want to get a husband flying in a minute saying where's something or other.
Hopefully not.
Oh, have you showed the porridge? Do you know where it is now?
Yeah, don't worry. I stock them up before I come in.
Oh, very good. So you can either sit on a bolster, or you can sit on like a chair or a stool. I'm going to sit in hero pose because I like stretching. So you can either sit on your heels or sit on the bottom. You want a nice sturdy seat though. And as I say, it's a cleansing practice, cleansing for the lungs and the nose maybe, but also strengthening of our tummy, the abdominals. So it's really good one to do. So we're just going to start just coming into the body before we go straight into that. We'll just come into the body. Take a nice long big breath in, and a long exhale, just relax the shoulders down. So inhale, maybe roll the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale the shoulders back and down. So really push the shoulders down. Inhaling, shoulders roll forward and lift. And exhaling, rounding back. So at the moment I'm breathing in through the nostrils. And I'm breathing out through the mouth. That will change when we get to the Kapalabhati breath. Skull shining. So the opposite direction, round and forward. Push the shoulders down. If you want to bring the arms in, so we can lift the arms up and round them down. So we start to feel maybe a heat around the shoulders, around the shoulder blades. Then we're going to stay lifted. So push through the sit bones, feel that nice connection to the earth. Rise in energy from the base of the spine, lifting right through the body. Being pulled up by the golden thread through the crown of the head. I'm just going to do a gentle twist, exhaling and going to the left, but you can go whichever direction you want to. Breathing out, squeeze all the breath out. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning, revolving. If you're starting to think you need to change position with the legs, please do. Exhaling either side. Breathing out what we don't need. Inhale to center. Just gently leaning over to the one side. I'm going left, hand down to the earth, reaching across. Just outside the body. Inhale to center and to the side. Come to center, come back, hands down to the earth. Just let the fingertips connect to the earth, just to ground. Bring the energy back in. Notice if you need to change where the legs are. If you've crossed the legs, maybe change the cross of the legs. So we've got balance. Maybe bring the hands onto the tummy. So if you think about when you cough, if you do like a pretend cough, you'll feel just below your tummy button, about 3 or 4 fingers down, it just automatically comes in. So that's the sensation. So when we exhale through the nose, it's a conscious exhale through the nose, blowing out through the nose. We kind of use like a bellows, we draw the tummy in and push the breath out through the lungs. And then it's just a natural breath in. So we will normally just naturally breathe in anyway. So just the emphasis, the control, the focus is on the exhale. So we can just have a little practice, just closing the mouth. If you've got any kind of hay fever, again, just keep blowing the nose. It's good. I find it really good for my hay fever cleansing. So just so you feel the tummy drawing in and out through the nose. Now we're going to lift the arms to the sky. I'm going to do about 36 of these, but if you want to rest, just if you start to feel like the body's moving, the body wants to be nice and still, it's just the tummy that's pulling in and out. Turn sideways. I'm going to teach you to get a tummy out at this point. I won't get my tummy out, honestly. You don't want to see that. So we're going to exhale. So just go as fast as slow as you want as well. So on the breath in and exhale through the nose. I think that's it, about 36. Arms come down, touch the fingers to the earth, just ground. You need to just do your nose again, please do. Nice big breath in, lift the arms to the sky. Interlock the fingers and push the palms away to the sky. Shoulders relaxing down. And we'll go again. I'll try not to lose count this time, so we're going to do about 36, but again, go as slow as you want. I've not done it for a long time, so my back body still moves a little bit, so try to not move the back body, just doing the tummy for pushing the breath out, creating heat in the body, and you'll find a heat around the shining skull, as they say, third eye area. And release. And again, if you need to change the cross of the legs. So bring the fingers forward, insert the fingers in the other direction, so it'll feel slightly strange. Push the palms away, lift the arms. And we're going to go again. And release. Got bony feet. And this is the last time. So we're going to lift the arms up. And then we're going to bend the elbows and just see if we can bring the fingers on the shoulders or anywhere on the arms. Just open the upper body in your own time. And release. I definitely got less strength in my tummy than I used to. So just take a moment, just rest. I'm going to change the cross the legs, just bring the legs forward. I'm just going to check in with the energy body. So noticing how this feels. So the knees can be bent. All the legs can be long. Now just as we pause here, this is a really good way of indicating how our energy is feeling, how our physical body is feeling, and what we want from this practice. So just focusing in what it is we want, what we need in this moment. Maybe a little bit of peace or balance or just well-being, or to feel strong or healthy, just whatever it is. Just think about what it is we need. That's a positive affirmation, I am, or I choose. And then imagining that is how you feel and the emotion how that feels. We're going to come into extended child pose. So if you want to put any padding under the knees, we're going to move through our salutation in Sari. And if you need to unmute or mute, please just do. Just need to chat to me or say anything, please do. I'm going to come with the arms long. So again, when we come into our extended child, if you know, these can be under the body, or they can be a little bit wider, or they can be really wide, but stretch the hips, toes touching, then walk the hands forward. And if you feel your energy is low, then we can let the head be supported by the arms. Or if it feels okay, be more yang, we grip the fingertips to the earth, lift the palm, lift the wrist, lift the elbows, and just roll the shoulders away from the ears. So I have a nice stretch down the lat muscles, the side muscles at the back. Fingers can walk slightly out to the side and not play with this. See where you get the most benefit. Hands can be wider or forward. Just see what the difference makes. And then roll the shoulders back. So make sure you've got that distance between the shoulders and the ears. Big breath in and long breath out. So it feels nice, we could roll from side to side. Again, checking in on the third eye as we roll the forehead. If we haven't decided or we're still sifting through what we want to focus on, just come back to that. Now we keep rolling or come to stillness. Then ground the hands. Just going to lift the bottom, bring the knees in line with the hips. Going to move through our salutation and Sari. I'm going to tuck my toes, and I'm going to use my thighs to lift my arms up. So tuck the tail and spine, round the spine, let the arms come in and lift up to the side. Open the heart, shoulders rolling down the back. So generally you want to stay nice and straight, and your back problems stay nice and straight. And if it feels a good idea, exhale, open the heart, shoulders relax down. Inhale, bring the energy back to the palms, drawing it in, drawing it down to the third eye. Repeating our affirmation, I am. Might be I'm strong, like the wind, the energy from that nature's wind, beautiful wind energy. We're giving the hands down to the earth, bowing down into our practice as we journey in today. So again, when we inhale, use the thighs. We can round the spine and drip up. Use the hands on the ground for support. So find your way into lifting up. Open the heart. Salutation to our day. Hello to our beautiful day. Give the energy back to the palms, the third eye, to the heart. Grounding, bowing down into our practice. Bowing down to our Mother Earth, supporting us in our practice. Inhale, rounding and lifting. So go in at your own breath rhythm. You don't have to stay with me. Opening our heart. Feel the energy from our back bend, our kidney energy, our adrenal energy. Bring the energy to the palms and channel that down. Third eye, throat, heart, and down to the earth. So if we're feeling strong enough, rather than let the fingers drape along the ground, just lifting the arms straight up to the sky, lifting the body up and open the heart. Exhaling down. Inhale, lengthening to extend the child, or swan, or extended child. Inhale, lifting and opening. And the palms together, or bring that bowing down. Much stronger, keeping our arms long. Not good for bad back, so don't do this if you've got a bad back. So inhale, lifting, rising. As we come down this time, we're going to pause here, rock up onto the knees, rock forward, bend the elbows, and push back. So a little add-on, and then push back again, extended child and lifting up, opening. Beautiful day, beautiful energy, beautiful bright sky. Just loving our bodies, giving ourselves this time to practice together. Come up onto knees, bend the elbows to the body, fingers spread nice and wide, sparkling stars of our fingers. So distribute all the weight, pushing back. Moving with your breath rhythm. Not worrying about what we're doing, just enjoying what you do. This time as you push back, tuck the toes, push the bottom into downward facing dog. So pausing down dog, just move the knees, pedal the feet maybe. Looking for a nice long spine. So tummy drawing in, shoulders roll from the ears. Looking for a little stretch on the calf. The heels don't have to come down to the ground, it's all a journey. Feet can be nice and wide as the mat. Or they can be hip distance apart. Little bend or a big bend, find that length in the spine. So all the energy we've cultivated in our heart, that little highway of energy through the spine, all the chakra energy, just all the rainbow colours circling around the body. And then inhale forward to plank. Just check the hand under the shoulders. I'm going to pause here. Shoulders roll back. Tummy drawing in, push the heels away. So we don't want the bottom high, and we don't want to drop the hips. Very common to drop the hips. We can always start with the bottom a little bit high. Actually, it's our first plank. Just come in a safe way, tummy button draws in. But then just find shoulders roll away from the ears, shoulders over the wrist. Little bend in the elbows, halfway down. Rocking forward on the toes, lifting up, pushing down dog. Inhaling forward, exhale down. Little roll on the toes maybe. Exhale down dog. Inhale forward. You can drop the knees if we need to protect the back, or stay in plank. Just don't drop halfway or a little bit of away. Just strengthening into upper body or upper arm strength. Pushing back. Rocking forward, holding halfway down, flatten the feet. Drop the knees if we need, protect our back, or keep the knees lifted up dog. Bring the heart forward, shoulders running back. 5 breaths here. Drop the knees if you need. Drop the knees, push back in extended child. Pause here, bring the elbows to the body. And just let the arms rest on the ground. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. If you don't want to be in child doing this, if you feel you want to still breathe, you can always sit up and just roll the wrists. So it's just what feels good for you. Just loving our bodies. It's time to do it. There's beautiful sunshine. And then we're going to lift up onto the knees, back into our salutation, to our day, loving our day. Heart open, shoulders relaxing. Knees on padding, if you need padding like I do. And then exhale, bowing down to our practice, bowing down to our day. Slide the hands forward. Push that invisible ball forward, bend the elbows. Coming forward into our knees on the ground, feet flat, or lift knees into up dog. Then tuck the toes, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Little bend in the elbows, exhaling. Inhaling, sorry. Exhale back, down dog. Have a little play with this. If you're keeping the knees on the ground, maybe just working with the knees on the ground, coming forward and just pushing back like this. Just little tiny push-ups. Only come into the stronger version if it feels good for the body. I'm going to pause in down dog and see if we can just rest here. If you prefer to sit or child or lie on your tummy, just find what feels nice. But just let the head roll from side to side. If you need to release the wrist, then please do. Shoulders rolling away. So think about the shoulders, rotate the shoulders away. So start turning the upper arms out, but making sure the paddy part of the thumb pushes to the earth before the fingers are connected to the earth. Use the breath out to release, let go of everything we don't need. Maybe a little shake of the hips, maybe a little shake of the head, maybe pedal the feet. Loosen anything we don't need. And then we're going to come into warming our hips up. So we're going to drop the knees down. And again, we want to just come onto the back of the fists, the back of the hands, and just wiggle, just stretch them out after being on them so long. Wiggle them, little dying fly. And that's what we keep doing. And then fingers come forward, knees together, and we're going to lift up the right knee, and we're going to circle the right knee. So keep the tummy button drawing and keep that energy in our tummy. I like it feels good for this hip. You can always lengthen the leg. Just a little play, what feels nice. And not be pot off before doing this. And any direction. And then come back with the knees together. And we're going to release the left arm forward. And we're going to lengthen the right leg. So opposite leg to hand. Keep the this right hand nice and spread wide, fingers spread nice and wide. Distribute the weight. Put a nice straight line. And then we're going to bend this back knee, and we're going to do that circling again. Tummy really strong and out. Really good for our core muscles, tummy muscles. And then lengthen, ground the hand. And then we're going to oh no, sorry, keep the hand bent, sorry. Keep the left hand lifted, bend the right leg, and bring the hand around the back and push the foot into the hand. Lift the ears from the shoulder. Strong balance. Breathing in, breathing out. Just a nice stretch on the back thigh. Then lengthen the arms and ground. And maybe a little cat curl. Just move the hips, the shoulders. Make sure everything feels well. And then knees come together. We're going to change sides. Lift the left knee up. And just a little circular motion with the left knee. Or the other, whichever knee, opposite knee. Bring the knees to the nose as well and lengthen away. And you know where we're going with this now, so make sure you've got the left hand under the shoulder unless we feel supported. And lengthen the right arm forward, just keep moving that knee. Any direction. You can lengthen the leg. Any direction. Oops. And then pause nice and long. Then bend the back knee and bring the opposite hands, right hand to the left foot. And just lift the body. Feel the body lifting, rising. Shoulders relaxing down the back. Ears lifting away. And then release. And push back. I'm going to walk hands back to dangle. So let the spine and the legs have a nice release. And just dangle down. If you want to move, move. If you want to add a little bit more weight, we can hold on to the elbows. If our hands are on the ground, we can hold on to the elbows. As the hands dangle down, we'll slowly come into half forward fold. Ardha Mukha Shavasana, shoulders roll back. I'm going to hinge into standing. Just for a moment, we're going to stand in mountain pose. Big breath in, big breath out. Feel the energy vibrating and tingling. The heat in the hands, through the feet, through the whole body. Come back to the focus, our intention for this practice. Keeping on track. Then drop the chin down, set the right foot forward. We're going to come into a lunge, going to drop the back in. So Carol, if you want to stay here, so I come up this way. If you wanted to use support, Carol, if you wanted to use a stool, and just make sure this knee is right over the heel, we can stay here. So if it's going on with our knee, we can stay here. Otherwise, we could drop the back knee down, and your hands could come down. We can use our blocks. We've got blocks or books or anything for support to bring the ground up. Just make sure we've got on the fingertips, so it's strengthening the bones in the hands. And then we're just imagining we're dragging the back foot, knee forward and the front foot back. So we sort of feel the energy coming through the body. Nice long spine, shoulders rolling down. Crown of the head reaching forward. Either stay with the knee on the ground or lift the back knee up. Breathing here. We're going to use this block under the left hand, and we're going to just, or you can put a stool, if you want to put a stool underneath the left hand. So we're going to lean on that, I'm going to turn and open to the opposite side. So either a stool or a block or the earth. Just turning and opening. Make sure that knee stays over the ankle. Mine kind of always rolls out a little bit, so keep that big toe side of the foot and heel grounded. Just turning and opening. Maybe just circling this arm very gently. Circle the arm, just checking into the shoulder. Our lung meridians, our heart meridians. Feel the energy flowing. Releasing anything we hold in our shoulders. Opposite direction. And then come forward. I'm going to bring the back foot slightly in and straighten that leg. And again, we want a nice long spine, so we can use our stool or two stools. We've got looking at two stools or blocks, just to feel the hands supported, the palm of the hand on the blocks. Straight spine, shoulders roll back. Nice straight leg at the back. If you need to bend the front knee, please do. But a nice straight leg at the back, pushing the heel to the earth. Breathing here, 5 breaths. If you wanted to drop down, let the body come over the leg. And only if you've no problems with the heart, nothing going on with your tummy, no problems. Just if it feels safe, drop the head down. Again, just pushing that back heel towards the earth, not forcing it down, but just aiming to encourage it down. Nice straight leg, at the back at least. Then rebend this front knee, We're going to come to stand on this front leg, so we can bring our blocks forward, and we can lift the back foot up. And again, we can have stools underneath, chair even, anything really. So we can either just stay here. If you want to keep the back toes on the ground as well, actually, you don't have to lift the back leg. If you don't feel stable, keep it down. Otherwise, lift the left up, flex the foot. You might find that your hands come a little bit closer, maybe on the ground. Maybe bring one hand to the heart, not bending the knee, the other hand on the heart. See if you can stay there. I can't say this today, but so you can stay there for a few breaths. And then drop the back foot, drop the back knee, and come into runner's stretch. So just pushing the bottom back. Nice and long spine. Tip the toes, front toes up. Breathing here. I've got my back toes tucked, but you can have the foot flat if you want. I just like to stretch my toes out. And then rock forward. Bring the back foot forward and come back to dangling. If you want to, if you're probably got a heart or blood pressure, not feeling too well, keep the head lifted in line with the hips. Then you drop the head down if it feels a good idea. You can always explore by moving the body. Maybe hands hold onto the elbows. Or the hands may want to come behind the legs, draw the head in. Then slowly come to half forward fold, or Uttanasana. Shoulders rolling back. Push the hands away, hinge to standing. Pause here in Mountain Tadasana. Breathing in, breathing out. Noticing all the energy swirling around. A rainbow of colours for all the chakras. And then you're going to drop the chin down on the breath out. Just going to move any blocks off. I'm going to come into the lunge from high up, so stepping the left foot forward, bend the left knee, and either stay high or drop the back knee down again. Support under the back knee if we need padding. And then we're going to bring the foot forward. And again, we can use blocks underneath the shoulders, knee is over the ankle. Imagine we're dragging that back knee forward to really feel a traction drawing it forward, and the front foot drawing back. And we start to feel energy firing in the glutes and the thighs. We may want to just lift the body up. We may want to lift the arms up. We may want to lift the back knee up. Oops. Bring the hands around the hips. And maybe just lengthen the legs. And again, the hands could come onto a block or a stool. So give a nice long spine. So we want the back leg to be straight, so we're stretching that. But the front knee, if we haven't got enough room in the body, from the ground to keep the legs straight, then we can bend a little bit to make sure the back of the knee is always protected. Excuse me. 5 breaths here. So bend the front knee, and it comes to stand, and that needs to bring our blocks forward, our bricks forward. You can keep the back foot on the ground. Or we can see a little bend in that standing knee, one hand to the heart, other hand to the heart. We can do adjustments we need. Keep the distance from the ears reaching forward, shoulders rolling back. And then drop the back foot down, put the back knee down. And again, we're going to come into a twist. We can bring our blocks or our stool, but ground the right hand and turn towards the left. Make sure this knee stays over the ankle. Mine kind of rolls out automatically. And then lift the arm to the sky. And then we can move the arm, circle, windmill, the arm, checking in with the shoulder. Letting go of any tightness that's being held here. Breathing loving kindness. Connecting with that positive energy of our heart meridian here. Little highway of energy. Change direction. And then we're going to drop the hand down and come back into runner's stretch. Right, so pushing the bottom back. Again, you can flatten the back foot if it's nice to do so. Rocking forward and come back into our extended child. Again, if the knees want to be a little bit closer and under the body, and we get a nice forward stretch, flex in the spine. Arms can be under the head. If our forehead isn't connected to the earth, we can use our arms to rest onto. So we could just stay here in this extended child. And again, it can be as soft as one or more energetic, where lift the wrists and the elbows. If we want to come to an inner groin stretch, an inner thigh stretch into frog, we're going to lift up onto the knees, lift onto the hands, nice straight arms, and take the knees as wide as the hips, wider than the hips, and turn the feet out. So if we're going to put padding, I need padding under my knees, so I'm going to roll a blanket out. If you want to put some support under the body, you know, you can put block bolsters, you can put blocks and bolsters. But let the knees come out. Make sure the heels stay in line with the knees. Feet are turning out. Just stretching out. And then we're going to drop down. So some people's bodies will rock backwards. That's just the way the body is. But see if you can just let the knees slide out in line with the ankles. And if you want to put bolster underneath, so we've got that support, we can do. We could rest here, we've got support. Or if you don't want to use support, just coming with the forearms. Breathing in, breathing out. Being kind to ourselves. We're still drawing in, we're not just letting it splurge. We're still drawing it from the perineum pelvic floor. Just allowing that stretch to happen. So I'm going to rock the weight forward, bring the feet together, lift the bottom up, knees together. Going to push back into seated position. We want to stretch the outer thighs. So we're going to let the bottom come down. And we're going to either have the left leg stay straight, right foot comes over, or we could bend the left knee as well. Going to come into that eagle leg, Scaran-Dasana legs, the knees are stacked. Again, if this is not good for your knees, just any way really, you don't have to bend the knees at all. Just going to draw the thighs in together, stretch the outer thighs. And then we're going to turn to the right, so twist. Feel the sit bones. So next I've just tended to lean over to the left side, just keeping the right hip down, so keep the weight nice and equal. Just feel the shoulders rolling down the back. Inhale to center, release the weight off by taking the hands behind the body. Change the cross the legs. And again, Carol, you could keep your right leg long and just bring the left knee over. You don't have to bend the knees. Just make it into a little, just a one-sided stretch, or if your legs can be straight if that feels better. And then turn to the left. Wringing out what we don't need. And then releasing out, hands behind the back. The legs are a bit wider. Going to come into a side stretch, so we can either keep the legs long. We can, if you want to sit on something to support the sit bones, you could roll a blanket up, or sitting on a cushion or something, just so we've got the support of the spine. Now both legs can stay straight, or we could bend one knee in if you wanted to. Up to you, have a little play. I think I want to take my leg to the side, so I'm going to bring my foot in. And I'm going to come in to bend the knee, elbow on, back of the head in the hand, left arm around the back, and then stretch away. A little bit or a lot. We can always again use our bolster underneath our leg. So don't feel you have to come into a strong version. It can be more restorative, more supportive. You can always bring the top arm over the head. Maybe release the bottom hand and hold the foot. So just enjoy this side stretch. We're going to drop towards the leg, turn towards the leg. So we're stretching those parallel muscles that run down outside the spine. And change sides, so walk the hands up, hands behind the body. And then just change sides. So again, we can keep both legs straight. If this is better for you to keep a knee bent, Carol, or long, you know, you can do that. Don't feel you have to do the side stretch in this way. If any bend the knee feels a good idea. Again, we can use a bolster on top of the leg or below the knee. Just to ease over to the side. Right arms around the back, head is being supported by the hand. Or we could bring that top arm past the ear. Just enjoy this side stretch. And then the hands come down, turn towards the leg. Again, we can bring that right knee slightly forward, let the body bend the knee, but the body can come over the thigh. There's no rush here, just taking your time. Keep the knee bent, again, support underneath if you need, or lengthen the leg. If we lengthen the leg, maybe we've got to cross the arms if we've got that available to us. Just so it's nice and equal. We're stretching those parallel muscles that run down the outside the spine equally. Use the breath out to just soften. Feel the spine lengthening. Muscles lengthening. And then when you're ready, and again, not rushing at all, just slowly walking the hands back. We're going to come onto our back. So we're going to come to an inversion. So if you'd like to be into a restorative inversion, you can use your blocks, so your bolsters under your hips, under your lower back, and be in a supportive bridge. So they do say if you're on a period not to do inversion. So this is maybe a a little way of being really an inversion, but it's up to you. I mean, some people wouldn't even do this, so it's what feels right for you. We'd always bring the arms over the head, and if you've got support under the hips, you've got that nice stretch to the body, really lengthening the legs and the arms. If you want to though lift the legs, just bring the knees in, lengthen one leg, the knee in, and little bamboo sticks just hanging out. And we could stay here. Or we could bring the arms over and we could just use the hands to lift the hips, walk the elbows in towards each other, walk the shoulders in towards each other. So the weight is all onto the upper arms. And again, at this point, if you feel a strain on the neck, you could use a really thick eider down blankety thing under the shoulders, under the upper body, just to give the neck room to lift. You know, only do this if it feels good. I've got a short neck, so it's fine. And then either walk up to a half shoulder stand or a quarter shoulder stand, or bring the hips forward, take the feet back and come into full shoulder stand. Again, just make sure there's no weight at all on the neck. Use the upper arms. Again, just shuffle the shoulders in, shuffle the elbows in, use all the upper arms for support. And then when we're here, we always bend one knee to the forehead and then lengthen on the other knee, bending to the forehead. We can do that a few times. See how that feels. If it starts to, you can't breathe, doesn't feel good, then don't do that. And then the next thing would be to bend both knees, forehead, and then lengthen both legs back, tuck the toes. And then when the feet touch the ground, we could just push our supports away, interlock our fingers, long arms. Don't stay too long. If you want to stay long, please do. I'm going to come down, so I release my hands, palms of the hands touch the earth. And I'm going to use my arms, my hands, the core energy in my body, just to release the upper spine, down bone by bone, really slowly. Trying to keep the head relaxed on the ground, just releasing each bone really slowly. And then relax down to the earth. So we could bring the feet together and be in a wide kneed, relaxed place. Or we might want to bring the knees together and the feet wide. I'm trying to finish with alternative nostril breathing. So bringing our right hand up to our head. Using the right thumb against the right nostril and the little finger against the left nostril. So a nice straightforward alternative nostril breathing is just breathing in and out, one of each to each nostril. So closing the right nostril. Nice long breath in and an even longer breath out. Change sides when you want. If it feels a good idea to do so, you can also close both nostrils before you change nostrils. That's only if it's healthy for you to do so. So no blood pressure, eye problems, heart problems, anything like that. Slightly close the back of the throat so you hear the sound of Ujjayi breath. Ocean breeze. Just balancing both hemispheres of the mind, the yin and the yang in harmony. And just release that when you finish, when you feel balanced, just let the hands float down to the earth. Either keep the knees bent, and carry into our back, or then we'll lengthen the legs a little bit wider than the hips or wider than the mat, so the legs flop out. Open the hips. Just use the elbows to shuffle the shoulder blades under, open the heart. And when we do that, the palms rotate to the sky. Chin slightly tucked. And just breathe here. Breathe and sense what it feels like for you in this moment. Become fascinated with what's going on in our bodies, the warmth, the coolness. Dropping into the center, into our center of stillness. Breathing into the heart energy. A pool of pure, positive light energy. And radiate that energy right around the body. Breathing down into the feet. And up into the crown of the head and higher. Breathing down through the arms and the hands. Feel the whole body in harmony. Maybe come back to those kind words, positive words, or sankalpa, or intention. I am. And drop in like little pebbles in a lake. And feel the ripples rolling out through the body. Either stay on the back body, or you could roll into a little tiny ball on our side. Don't go anywhere. If you want to stay exactly where you are, it's just a suggestion. Thinking to ourselves, I am well, I am healthy, I am happy. Either stay there. If you wanted to come to keeping the eyes closed, just dripping into a comfortable seated place, it's up to you. Either stay lying down the last few minutes, or sit in a comfortable, relaxed place. So just move to a meditative place, just harnessing that peace and stillness. And I won't talk for the last few minutes, just to let you really connect to your practice. Let the words, the understanding of Namaste, just dropping in. So it speaks to that pure light energy that's in all of us, in the centre of our being, the centre of our heart. I am the love, the light, the beauty and the peace within, as is in you. And when you are in this place, and I am in this place, we are together. We are united. We are one. So staying exactly where you are, we're just bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra, the heart center, either lying down or seated. And just tip our head over our fingertips, just thanking this body for this practice today. And thanking each other for this positive energy we've shared. Namaste.